Schitt's Creek. I know him from SCTV, Vacation and Waiting for Government, four-time Primetime Emmy winner and Grammy winner, Eugene Levy. Welcome. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. Please be seated.
Thank you for traveling here today.
Well, it's always a kick being here at the Deadline event, isn't it?
It is. It's
Yes. I always love being on stage holding a microphone.
It's like a Mike Douglas show. Little Mike Douglas-y?
It is, except it moves a little faster.
So,
Those who remember.
So tell us about how this all came together. This was originally a series that was going to have you hosting at some of the top hotels in the world.
Yeah.
Called The Room with a View.
Yeah, it was called The Room with... Well, here's the thing. I mean, I get a call. I'll do this as quickly as I can, but it was about hosting a travel show, and I kept wondering, why are they coming to me? Well, I found out after the fact that the executive from Apple TV Plus loved Schitt's Creek, and she thought my character from Schitt's Creek would be kind of a good model to host a travel show about opulent hotels. I'm not my character on Schitt's Creek, right? It's close, but it's still kind of acting a role. So let alone, I'm not really a great traveler. I'm not an explorer, and there's a lot of things I just don't like doing when I'm traveling, like leaving the hotel. But so I told them that. And I was trying to keep the conversation as light as I could, and then everything I was telling them, they were laughing on the other end of the phone. But I thought the conversation went well, right? I made my point. You've got the wrong person, is what I was telling them, because I can't be myself and host a travel show where I seem like I'm excited about everything. I'd have to be pretending I'm somebody else to do it. So I said, you've got the wrong person. Anyway, they talked to each other after my call, and they got so excited about the fact that's now the show. He just doesn't like to travel, but he's going to be hosting a travel show. That's a good hook for this show. And when that was pitched to me, I understood it, except it's the first time I've ever been on camera as myself. And I was very, very nervous about that.
So you really travel in this. I mean, it's no 2-hour ride to Maldives. So let me ask you.
Do you know how long it takes to get to the Maldives?
I think it's a day and a half.
From Los Angeles. It's 17 hours to get to Dubai. Then there's a 7-hour layover in Dubai. Then you take a 5-hour flight to Malé. Then you take a 45-minute seaplane to get to the boat that takes you to the island. Why would anybody want to do that?
So when they selected the locations for you, did you have any say in that? Was it like, hey, let's put it in the most extreme circumstances as possible? I mean, you go on a safari in South Africa.
Yeah, which is something I was never excited about doing. I mean, honestly, I've had friends talk to me about how excited they were when they came back from a safari, and I'd say, all right, well, that's great. I still don't get it. I mean, it's true. I've seen them all. I've seen all the animals. I know what they look like. I don't really need to see, a giraffe wandering around a field saying, oh, look at the giraffe. I've seen giraffes. I've been close to giraffes, at the zoos and the travel shows. I've seen it all. What was the question?
The question was, question was, did you have any say in the destinations you were going to go to?
Well, I did, and in the beginning, I was really more me the way I was. I mean, they would suggest a country, and I'd think, oh, you know what, that's going to be. I'm not sure about the food there. You know, I'm not. It's just saying, and the weather is not. I don't know. I mean, is that a country where you can get a good hotel? Is it? And so I would say, no, let's scratch that off the list. And by the time I finished the season, I kind of got what the show was about. It's like in South Africa when they asked me to take, a stool sample from an elephant, and I said, and on camera I was saying, if you see the episode, you'll see him saying no. I go, no, okay, no, that's not going to happen. I can't do that. From off camera, my co-executive producer, I hear him say, oh, I think you can. And in my mind, I'm going, oh, yeah, right, it's the show. It's for the show. It's for the show. So I did it. Now, for the show, I am doing things I would never, ever have done. So, generally speaking, this show is a good thing for me personally. Like, as a person, I think I'm coming out of this a bit. I would say I'm growing. I'm growing. The idea that it's better to make a decision based on trying something, like traveling or going to a certain country, rather than say, you know what, I'm not really interested in doing that. I don't think I'd want to go there based on nothing but, your own, who you are, I guess, and it's so, I think ultimately it's better. I'm coming out of this a more enlightened, person who ultimately would still rather be on a couch at home, but nevertheless.
Was there one place that resonated with you, where it wasn't cacophony and it wasn't chaos? It was just, wow, I never thought I would have this experience in this place.
Well, I would say that was South Africa, because we went to Kruger National Park there, and I never really wanted to go. I didn't want to get up at 4 a.m. to go on a safari just to see, animals that I know what they look like. But being there, I have to say, it only took like maybe 2 days before I started to feel a real affinity for the place, for the landscape, and for the animals that were in the landscape, these, kind of wild animals, because I'd get up every day, look out my window, and, we were looking over this amazing kind of, riverscape, and you could see these animals every day, these, elephants and rhinos and crocodiles, and it seemed like I was feeling quite attached in the strangest way. And then getting to go to a rhino conservancy and actually see these orphan rhinos that are being raised and whose lives are being saved by the wonderful people doing the work over there. The idea of animals becoming extinct hit me in a very big way when I was there, knowing that these poor things are being poached and hunted for these horns that are on the market. A rhino horn is worth $500,000. And they're just being slaughtered and hacked, and then the babies are just kind of left. And so these people are they're going collecting the orphan rhinos and mending them and getting them kind of back into the wild, or into the conservation area that they have created for them that at least helps protect them. If I hadn't gone to South Africa, that, of course, these certain breeds are becoming extinct, certain kinds of animals, and you read it as a headline, and you're going, oh, yeah, that's really too bad. Yeah, I know. Anyway, where are we going for lunch today? Is that, you know what I mean? Your life goes on. It just doesn't hit you, but when you're there, you realize, boy, this is really sad.
Now, was there, during production, a dangerous place where you went, where you were like, no, I'm not signing up for season 2?
I wouldn't go on a night hike in Costa Rica again. I mean, I really did. I did it. I didn't enjoy it. You know, I really wasn't comfortable being out there. There were things I'm looking at and I'm almost walking into that, you know, it's not fun. That really isn't. I mean, it's, you know, some people just go, wow, how exciting was that? I came this close to the most poisonous snake in the world. It's just not, it doesn't excite me, you know? And so, you know, that kind of thing, I don't think, you know, I really don't care to get into things that, that's never going to change with me. You know what I mean? I'm never going to start loving spiders. You know what I mean? It's not going to happen. So I don't really want to be out there on their turf, getting that close to looking at these, you know, kind of giant things. That's not a good thing. The jungle thing is not.
How long was the production for you for this world tour? Was it you would go to these places for a week and leave one, you know, every so often?
Yeah.
Or was it 3 months?
Every episode we were shooting, I was shooting for 4 days. And so every episode was 4 days. The crew, which is an amazing crew, this British company, boy, they do such a great job on this thing.
The cinematography is great.
It is really amazing. We have a great director, and my co-producers just, they do such a wonderful job. But they're there a little longer, a couple of days longer, because they do all the little close-up insert things that, you know, sunrises. They're up at 4:30 shooting the sunrise, not me. Yeah, it's so 4 days there, and we spent a week in each location, traveling there and then traveling back. We'd shoot 2 locations at a time, and then, you know, we'd have maybe a month and a half off, and then we go to the next 2 locations. And it's actually a really great schedule, you know, to be on. I'd much rather do that than, you know, shoot for, you know, 8-10 weeks in a row while you're doing all this, you know, traveling. But
are you, two more questions. Season 2, have you decided where you're going yet?
We're still waiting to find out whether we have a season 2. I mean, I think we're doing okay. I mean, the show's doing really well so far on the Apple platform. You know, I mean, we were in the top 10 for like the longest time for an unscripted show. That's pretty good. I mean, honestly, it was. I was thrilled, and it was. It's just not something that happens where unscripted shows kind of hit that kind of hit the number 2 spot, you know, on a platform and hang around for the longest time. I mean, we're still in the top 15 right now on Apple. So I'd have to say, and for some reason, I'd be shocked if there was no pickup. But I don't really understand what they look at when streamers are trying to figure out what show, you know, they want to bring back and for what reason. You know what I mean? I have no idea, but I've got my fingers crossed.
Your wonderful son Dan, are you and him re-teaming anytime soon?
He doesn't need me. He doesn't need me. No, he's. It would be a really wonderful, you know, thing. But he's left the nest, and he's doing very, very well on his own. He just finished writing, directing, and starring in a movie that was shot over in England and France, and I think hoping that comes out around Christmas. And he's got other shows in development. He's really busy, extremely talented. He really is. So proud, so proud.
Thank you. Eugene Levy, executive producer. Next up.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching. If you want to support my channel, you can buy one of my graphic novels from the link below, or you can buy one of my t-shirts. And also remember to click on like and subscribe.